in this session, while the United States of America will look to crown their third world champion in 2019. FRANSSON, 32 years old, and she has been the comeback athlete of this women's field. Both times on her last two matches, she has rallied in the closing seconds to pull off harrowing come-from-behind type victories. Can she do that tonight? Can she jump out in the forefront and grab the lead against Team USA's MENSAH stock? She's having the tournament of her life, has wrestled well. The bronze medalist from 2018 crushed Anna Shell 10-0 in the Tech Falls semifinal. She also has a win over the Rio Olympic and two-time world champion Dosho. So here comes MENSAH. How is she wrestling different compared to her bronze medal from a year ago in Budapest?
You know, MENSAH stock is the epitome, the poster child for the Team USA pipeline. She got recruited as this raw talent, and her coaches have just worked on developing her into this world-class athlete. So the difference is 1 year of training with elite-level coaches with all of the resources that she needs to shine.
United States with a couple of world champions. Adeline Gray capturing her 5th world title last night. Jacora Winchester with her 1st title. And now MENSAH stock tries to capture her 1st world championship against the veteran from Sweden.
This to me is old guard, new guard. When I look at FRANSSON and her history of success, and I look at MENSAH stock, old guard, new guard.
You talk about that old guard by FRANSSON. She's the world champion. She won her lone gold medal back in 2012. She was a 2016 Olympic bronze medalist.
26-year-old MENSAH stock of the United States.
MENSAH stock goes right in for 2.
She's kept that ankle. She's gonna keep working it, trying to get the other ankle and bring it close for a leg lace. If she can even bend that into a bent leg Turk.
Stay on the left. Stay with the left side. Left side attack, control left side. No fingers.
FRANSSON, she has such a good wrist control that MENSAH stock, you know how strong she is. You can see her muscles, and she's having a hard time clearing it. But what MENSAH stock is not doing is giving up that head control. She's keeping it so that her head is on the same side of the body as the ties that she wants.
MENSAH stock up 2-0 on that takedown, approaching the halfway point of this first period. The United States and Sweden, the final gold medal to be earned at this year's Women's Freestyle World Championships. A warning given to the fingers for MENSAH stock. She's ready to go back in the center.
This is a very active match by both of these competitors. Lots of movement, lots of motion, collar ties. They're leaving nothing to chance.
Follow
that through, follow that through.
Not sure what happened there. FRANSSON blew a gasket and she went very awkwardly down. Just ended up on her rear side. Not sure what caused that stumble, but she went down almost like it was in slow motion. And it almost looked like it stunned MENSAH stock as well.
Good job going behind. You can see that she's trying to go back down for that leg lace, trying to get it. Lots of pressure going in right now, trying to bring the left leg over to the right one. FRANSSON is so incredibly strong. MENSAH stock comes up to that gut wrench, but she doesn't have both arms locked. She's having a hard time getting both of her arms underneath her frame.
Couple of takedowns in the opening 2 minutes. MENSAH stock out to a 4-0 lead. She was USA Wrestling's Women's Wrestler of the Year back in 2017. That is a highly distinguished honor for the United States, joining some elite names, and she is in on another two.
She followed that right through. As soon as she saw the opening, she capitalized on that right again, back in that gut wrench position, but she has a leg turk. She needs to keep her hips driving into the mat against FRANSSON. She has a trapped arm. Let's see if she's able to get her to roll through over to the right side. And look at how strong both of these athletes are. FRANSSON is in such a compromised position. Tamara Stock is so incredibly strong, but she's not able to break past that 90 degrees to get her 2 points.
Still has that arm lock. Leg in for MENSAH Stock. She'll try again, and the time expires. And the first period comes to an end. Sweden showing some of that strength underneath to not give up any more damage. But if you are Jenny FRANSSON, the concern right now is, how do I stop MENSAH Stock when she's on her feet? She's been able to get in 3 separate occasions in the opening 3 minutes.
And if you go back and you look at how MENSAH Stock has been scoring, it's because all of the movement that FRANSSON is doing, she's able to capitalize that, and she has that counter offense and keeps going into her ankles in that low single that she is not able to stop or defend. Look at that right there, so beautiful. I would love to see her in the future crawl up that leg faster and get into a more dominant position even quicker.
A lot of people around the United States saw this type of performance at these World Championships coming from MENSAH Stock. The bronze medal a year ago. She made American history. She became the first U.S. wrestler to win the Eurasian in back-to-back seasons for the United States, one of the more competitive tournaments across the world each and every year that always gathers the globe's best.
That's right. The former American that used to hold that record was Sally Roberts, and she was thrilled to know that Tamara Stock had beat her record.
Sally.
Erickson, you can see she's in there trying to dig in, looking for those underhooks, looking for those throws, has that front headlock right now. MENSAH needs to drive in, keep her head up, pop her head out so that she does not get compromised in this position. She was able to pop her head out.
2-1, give FRANSSON the 2, 1 to MENSAH, and it's a 7-2 lead for the United States. FRANSSON won in a stalemate. She gets that back up onto her feet. She is a native of Katy, Texas, won a WCWA national title for Wayland Baptist. The college wrestling scene in the United States continuing to pick up momentum for the women. And you can bet a lot of young college athletes watching the performance of MENSAH. She's a little banged up here.
Her coach right now, Vladimir Zbojnikov, he's telling her to walk it off, but she's bouncing around saying, hey, there's something going on here that we need to address.
So MENSAH Stock with a 7-2 lead, and this is a precarious moment for the United States. A 5-point lead, but there is a ton of time remaining. Something on that right leg has MENSAH pretty uncomfortable.
There is that magical cold spray that they just put on her knee that historically when athletes get that applied, makes it so that they become invincible. And we'll see if that continues on through this match.
So she continues to try to get it loose, and you better believe FRANSSON is going to be going in hard on it.
Yep.
She's going to test it out, test those waters to see how well MENSAH Stock is moving. A lot of weight on that left healthy leg right now as she dances around the center. FRANSSON down 5. Remember, she has been the comeback kid so far in these World Championships. Has rallied in her last 2 victories with some late magic. She's going to need to do that again tonight for Sweden.
No, get out of the tie! Get out of the tie!
You can hear her coach right now, Vladimir Zbojnikov, saying, get into the ties that you want, get into the dominant position that you want, which is exactly what FRANSSON is doing. She's going out there looking for her ties, her dominant position, so that she can own and control the center of the mat and her opponent.
Don't do arms, walk away. Walk away. Hey, nice dodging. Line touches. Contact. Don't get in the tie-up. Don't get in the tie-up. Stay in the middle. Just don't get in the tie-up.
Left-hand collar tie by FRANSSON. Shot by MENSAH. Here's the counter front headlock by FRANSSON. Passed on by, and no points awarded. How on earth did MENSAH get out of there unscathed?
It was the cold spray. We knew that it works.
Boy, FRANSSON can't believe it. She thought she had her dead to right. And then all of a sudden, MENSAH disappeared. And now the challenge by Sweden. And this is a good challenge, I think, for the Swedish corner, down 5, 67 seconds remaining. And the waiting game begins for the world champion from a few years back in Jenny FRANSSON.
FRANSSON's coach, Sarah Eriksson, was an international competitor herself that transitioned into coaching, is now at the elite level. It's wonderful to see that once those athletes retire, they're still staying involved in the sport.
Well, here's that slide by, and that's what Sweden's looking at. Was there control for 2?
I don't see it. It looked like she had slid right out.
This would be big if FRANSSON can get the 2. Well within striking distance then.
Good job, Jamal. 1 minute. 1 minute to go. 1 minute.
They are really taking a lot of time to take multiple looks at it. The challenge is lost. Ruling stands. MENSAH gets the point. It's now 8-2. Looks to be moving a little bit better as well after that last break.
Yes, absolutely. Both of these opponents are so strong. They've been working so hard all of this year for this moment, and to see them being able to come back with full vigor, really, really impressive. FRANSSON is having such a hard time getting past MENSAH's strength within her quickness. She has very strong ties.
No fingers. Short arms. Short arms. Short arms. Keep the head pressure. Keep the head pressure. 30 seconds. Short go. Short go. No tie-up. No tie-up. No tie-up.
I would love to see MENSAH trying to work back towards the center. Right now, she's dangerously close to going out.
FRANSSON look for that big move. MENSAH pounces.
She's able to recapitalize on that.
It's a good idea by Jenny FRANSSON. She knew she had to come up with that big throw. She went for it. 17 seconds, 8-2, MENSAH of the United States. Trying to become the second American in the last 3 days to capture their first world championship. Clock down to 3, down to 2. The United States has won their 3rd gold medal in Nur-Sultan. The first for Tamira MENSAH, your world champion at 68.
Every American that has gotten into the finals has won it at this tournament. Incredible, incredible performance by MENSAH. FRANSSON